The sentencing phase has started for the man convicted of killing 11 worshipers in a Pittsburgh synagogue nearly 5 years ago. Now that same jury that found the gunman guilty must decide if he is eligible for the death penalty. Investigative reporter Andy Sheehan is outside the federal courthouse downtown to explain what happens now.
Well, this is an interim step, but the defense calls it an important step. It will try to prove that the defendant is mentally impaired and should not be eligible for the death penalty. Establishing that the defendant is eligible for the death penalty would seem to be a layup for the prosecution. It merely has to prove Robert Bowers knowingly and willingly shot multiple victims and met at least one aggravating factor, including whether those victims were vulnerable. Prosecutor Troy Rivetti asked the jury to use its common sense and look at the facts that Bowers researched and pre-planned the assault, posted his intent on social media, and drove a half hour to the synagogue. Quote, he took his AR-15, 3 Glocks, and ammunition. He entered the Tree of Life synagogue, and he intentionally shot each of these victims. He made decision after decision, moved methodically, finding, shooting, and killing victim after victim. The defense conceded Bowers met all the thresholds for eligibility except for intent. Here, defense attorney Michael Burt said he will present medical experts proving Bowers is both schizophrenic and epileptic, causing him to embrace wild conspiracy theories about Jews. Quote, the structure and function of Mr. Bowers' brain is impaired in many respects, causing him to form the delusional paranoid belief system. That delusion and mental illness led directly to the events of October 27, 2018. Now, the prosecution is presenting the first of its witnesses to prove the vulnerability of the victims. On the stand is Diane Rosenthal. She is the sister of Cecil and David Rosenthal, both mentally impaired adults who were victims in the synagogue assault. Reporting at the federal courthouse downtown, Andy Sheehan, KDKA News.